Good morning, beautiful people. How are you today? So today I would like to talk about the new moon in Libra that is coming up on October 6th. The energy at this time is going to be a little intense. There's a lot going on with the planets that are retrograde right now, as well as like the energy leading up to the new moon. Usually new moons very much feel like new beginnings and it's a time for manifestation, but this new moon might actually feel like endings and completions. It's going to remind us like where we have boundaries and if we're upholding those boundaries. Libra is very much the sign of relationships and justice, and it's also an air sign, so it's about communication. And right now we have Mercury in retrograde, and we're kind of like, in the thick of that. And so this is a really good time to ask ourselves like how we're communicating, if we're doing things differently than we have in the past. Like, are we working things out? Libra can be very uncomfortable when it comes to like telling people how it is. Like they're not as vulnerable. They're not as comfortable being vulnerable, but they want to be fair. Like they very much want to work it out. They very much want to come together and work out a solution. It's very much about partnership, whether that's in love, friendship, anything. It just very much wants to collaborate together and find a middle ground. And with this energy that's happening right now, we have the moon that's going to be in Virgo for the next couple of nights. And it's known as like a balsamic moon. It's a dark moon. And with that energy, we want to overanalyze things. We tend to get into our head a little bit, where at this time it's really important to stay in our heart center, to stay in our hearts and try not to overthink too much. It really is bringing up like possibly a lot of insecurities. We still have a lot of planets retrograde, and with the Mars energy that we're feeling right now, it's going to be really easy to feel triggered or to get upset, get angry, kind of want to like go off and react versus respond. And so, my motto of 2021, as hard as it's been, has been observe, do not absorb. And so kind of sitting back and just seeing like how you feel about things and where you're like holding your ground, like having the courage to like state what you need to state, but also like not in a malice way, like not in a way where you're trying to hurt other people, more in a way of this is my boundary, this is like my line in the sand, and I can't allow you to cross it anymore. Because especially like if your boundaries are about communication, that's going to be really huge right now. If other people are not willing to change, these might be the endings that you're experiencing at this time. Pluto goes direct on October 6th, which is the same day as the new moon. And whenever a planet is like in the end sign, like in the ending degrees, so like in the next couple days, it's like, in the 29th degree and then 0 degree. It's basically like the planet is like at a standstill. And it's been retrograde since April. And Pluto is all about transformation. And it's very much like an inner transformation. And so you're really going to see like where your power is and where your weaknesses are, and how much you've actually transformed since spring. And what are you liking about that, and what are you not liking about that? And oh, a bird just hit the window. It happens a lot. I got a lot of little cardinals over here, and so that must have been important. You guys might want to pay attention to where you have transformed in your life since last spring. We're also going to be feeling the energy of Chiron, the wounded healer. And so at this time, there might be a lot of like hurts from your past coming up. And I believe that Chiron is also retrograde at this moment. There's like 6 planets retrograde. And Chiron is the wounded healer. It's all about your past pain. It's all about like healing insecurities where you're not feeling enough. It's like deep rooted stuff. And to be honest, it's also can be looked at as your biggest strength. Like once you figure out what it is and you face it and you start to heal it and you become vulnerable with it, it no longer has power over you. You start to use it as a power. And so pay attention to what's coming up from your past at this time, because it really might be about catapulting you forward. And Libra is about relationships, and with everything that's going on right now, and this new moon being about like relationships and love, like if things aren't working out before this, it's really going to be like highlighted at this time. Like it's really going to be like, hey, this is not working. And it might be opening you up to other avenues of love. That being said, if you're someone who's trying to manifest love into your life, or you're seeking love or relationships in your life, be careful on like how you're doing that. Like if you're dating and you're wanting to date, make sure you still have boundaries. Make sure that you're not just like going out to date just to say you're dating. Make sure you're excited about it and it's somebody that you actually feel a connection with. Or you might really find a lot of false starts at this time, especially with Mercury in retrograde. This Mercury retrograde is in Libra, and a lot of times, I know I've mentioned this before, your past will come back. Your exes will come back when Mercury is in retrograde. This can be good, this can be bad. Mercury retrograde is all about the redo, revise, how do I do it better this time around? But it also can be about like, did you learn that lesson yet? The universe might be testing you to see like if you're still settling for things that you know that you shouldn't be settling for. And so again, going back to the dating thing, like, are you just going out on dates just to go on dates? Or are you choosing people that you know are in alignment with you and that you feel are quality? Like, does it make you excited? Are you excited about them? Are they excited about you? Or is it kind of like that rose-colored glasses feeling? Because you're going to want to take those off at this time. It's a lot of really powerful energy of it's in your face, whether it's real or not. And that being said, I feel like October is a month about death and rebirth. It's not only like Libra season, but the end of October is Scorpio season. And that's a very transformational time. So I don't want to say tread carefully, but I just want to say observe how you're feeling. You will be triggered a lot this month, and you're going to want to handle it better than you've handled it in the past. You're going to want to do things differently. Are you self-sabotaging? Are you pushing people away? If you're in relationships or you're married, how are you communicating with your partner? Because this is a really good time to work out all the things that aren't working out. This is a really good time to observe, like, where am I not finding common ground? Where am I not wanting to compromise? Because Libra really is like the scales. It's the balance of things. It's about compromising, not compromising yourself, but more like having compassion and hearing where somebody else is coming from and wanting to meet them there. So with all that being said, I do want to say that I do have a new moon event happening this Friday from 5 to 9. I did post something earlier. People are already signing up. I have 5 spots left of the 9 spots. I am asking that since it is so limited that people pay up front to reserve their spot. And then there is a 72-hour cancellation so that I can fill those spots if you can't make it. That being said, also, I am thinking about, I know I've been mentioning retreats and a lot of people have been asking me about it. I think that the first retreat that I do will probably be in February. I'm hoping to do it in Sedona. It will be February or March, I think. I want to do it at a time where I'm going to have enough time to put everything together and get people interested, as well as give you time to plan financially and with your regular everyday schedule. It will be a 3-day retreat, and as I become more aware of what we're going to do and get more details, I will put that out there for you. So I want to send you all a lot of love. Hopefully I will see some of you at my new moon event on Friday. I'm super excited. And until then, I will see you guys all later. Have a great week and enjoy this new moon energy.